Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everybody. Welcome back to TerickTime. We are on episode 25. Yeah, 25. I did a thing in tribute to the wonderful donkey Milo. This little fella. He's been around since episode 1. It's been a while. And after some popular demand, I've made a tribute to our good friend Milo in the form of a donkey statue. And I think it turned out really, really good. And I feel like I'm starting to get the hang of, I want to call it a portrait, but that's wrong. Statues. We're getting the hang of statues, and I'm not mad about it. It's been a lot of fun. But that is just the beginning of this episode. I want to transform this entire plateau up at the top here. And, well, the one who's going to be left in charge? This guy. Milo, don't run away from responsibility. This is good for you. This is a growth opportunity. You were going to yeet yourself off that cliff if I'm not careful. Come here. I'm not tying you up so you can't run away from responsibility. I will support you through this. It's okay. And I'm going to be doing all the work anyway. You just get to sit there and watch. Yeah, that's right. That's what I thought. Big news. As many of you know, 119 has officially been announced. I'm not gonna lie, I thought I had a lot more time. I don't have more time. So, I'm gonna have to scrap what I had planned for this episode, and we gotta make a farm. Because, I don't know if you've seen them or not, but there's a new block called Packed Mud, and it is, just chef's kiss. It is spectacular. It might become one of my new favorite blocks. But for Packed Mud, I need wheat. Lots and lots of wheat. But I'm not just going to plant wheat in a field. I'm going to be doing this TerickTime style. So I'm going to do a little bit of terraforming, cut down a couple of the trees that are in the way, and then we're going to get building at, wow, English is not good today. We're going to build a spectacular wheat farm, villager powered. What else am I forgetting? There's going to be a tower, and there's going to be a house for the villagers. This is an action-packed episode. I can't wait. Let's get going. So a progress update for you. I've got a wall. Well, the back is all kind of dug out. I want to put a retaining wall kind of along the back there to keep the dirt out. And then we can also put, make it a wee bit taller. So if there's villagers running around this wheat field, Zombies are not going to be dropping in on them to pay a visit that I won't appreciate. So, I think I'm going to get kind of the wall put in along here and then kind of along this here so I can bring this pathway over and along here. Because the basic idea I want to go for is, well, if you don't know, villagers will only collect wheat if their pockets are full of seeds, which means they drop all the wheat onto the ground, which means I need a minecart hopper system underneath to pick everything up. I probably should try and contain them a little bit to make it more efficient, like under pavilions, kind of like the thing I'm standing on right now, something like this maybe. But I really like the idea of them just like having probably 1, 2, 3 pods, like little shade structures, and have 1, 2, 3 times 4, so 12 villagers just running around this field harvesting all the wheat, and the hopper minecarts just kind of zigzagging all over the place. So probably gonna have to divvy this up into 4 modules, I'm thinking. So like kind of a section here, and then in the middle, and then there, and then over there. So like 4 hopper minecarts picking everything up. That does mean that I should get some villagers potentially started. So I'm going to go feed the villagers. There's a couple new additions to the family here, but I think I'm... Actually, you know what? I can just get 2 villagers over there, and then I can dump a bunch of beds down and breed. So I've got 2 spare villagers now. Well, 1 adult and 1 little munchkin, which is fine. We're going to let the munchkin grow up while we keep working on the field here. So for the retaining wall, I'm going to be using a mixture of mossy cobble, mossy stone bricks for kind of the bottom, where there would be more water kind of along the farmland. So I'm going to get a little bit of just a little bit of mossy cobble and stuff along here, and then the regular kind of stone brick and whatnot up above, and get this wall figured out. And we're going to do so in the form of a time lapse because, well, we need to have a chat, shall we say. And in this chat, folks, I just want to talk to you about my plans for 119 when it does launch. So I will not be restarting this world by any means. I will just be updating the world, and I will be exploring unloaded chunks or new terrain, shall we say, because in this world, I have only ever gone south and west of spawn in the tune to about 5,000 blocks. So like there's a massive amount of area in this world, very close to spawn even, that I have never been to. So once 119 drops, I will be... I'm hoping I can pull off a stream where we go explore together, but I can't guarantee that. It may be in an episode, but I'm going to try my darndest. But I'm really looking forward to sharing all of this 119 stuff with you. And again, thank you so very much, everybody who's come along for this absolutely wild ride for me. I truly do appreciate it. And let's get back to building. All right. Now that a large portion of building has been done, I've also been working on a few things in between the time lapse and this clip, most of which is the, well, boring stuff. But as you can possibly hear, there's some fine friends running around the field now. And they're starting to get busy, but I am running out of seeds. I've done a full harvest of the field, but yeah, I'm running out of seeds. Because each villager that goes into this field needs their pockets filled with 8 stacks of seeds, so they don't plant anything else. And still somehow potatoes are getting in, although I am using potatoes to breed them. And when I say breed them, this is super high tech. There's a lovely pair in here, and I have silenced them because these two are going to be staying here just in case anything goes wrong in the field, but I'm pretty sure that we are not spawn proof, but well, yeah, we're spawn proof inside the field. And I've done a couple of overnight sessions with the villagers here, and no zombies have been able to get in, so fingers crossed we're okay. But I think the next thing I really need to do is get the collection systems going, because right now, those hopper minecarts are probably full and not being very productive. So let's do that real quick. And when I say quickly, I mean slowly over 2 days. Because, well, real life happens, and that's okay. But let's go take a quick look. We are going for the super fast minecart unloading systems that we used on the tree collection area as well. So those are made by Tinker77. Just got 3 of them set up here, so kind of the 3 sections of the field are all being swooped into, all of it's going into this dropper here. I just threw on an observer clock, which I'm now seeing is probably periodically locking out of hoppers, so we're just going to move that. Nope, everything's fine. I'm just forgetting exactly what I'm doing. There's another dropper underneath there spitting, so bits are being spat out there, bits are being spat out there. Everything's good. See? Bits being spat out. Now, the problem I have is, well, they're just right there. And that's a bit of a problem. Okay, they wouldn't stop. I just gave up. We're just going to try and build a building. And it's going to have room for storage. But we also need to sort out the seeds and start to compost them because I don't need that many. Like, there's a full stack bouncing right there. But then I also want to build a thing. No spoilers yet, though, because, well, I don't know how I'm going to pull it off, but we're going to pull it off. So, but we are going to start out with our layout. For the layout, we're going to have this path continue over here. So our front entryway to said storage building, I think it's going to be a 2 wide and about here. And then probably, actually, if we have it kind of come back and then do another little jutty out bit here, We're just going to try and get this layout. It's stuck. In a position where we like it. So if we come back along here, that will enable us to get the water swooped up the wall a little bit more and into the storage system, which is going to have to go kind of like the backs on that wall. So this is going to have to come up over towards me and then this way, which should work. That's a lot of seeds in there. So if we bring this way, that should be enough. And then if we bring this a little bit here, didn't like that. We're going to bump this one back a little bit just to make this have a little bit more character. So if we look up above, we don't have a square box, which is good. Very good. If I do this kind of like a 7 by 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 4, 5, 6, 7. Well, that doesn't. Well, I'm out of brick. Ruh-roh. 1 second. All right, so this is going to be our floor plan. The general storage will be in this section here. So we're going to have like an item sorter system somewhere in there. Have figured that out. I'm probably going to have to move the water elevator over to this corner because that will make more sense. Front door being here, and then we're going to build a little bit of a tower here just to give, well, if we go over here just to give this area some kind of height and then bring a little bit of attention to it, but also make it kind of a nice little backdrop behind the field. Also, there's an iron golem in the field now. Hello. But that being said, I'm going to kind of just lift the tower up, I'm thinking by 2 blocks, because the tower is going to have to look nice and sturdy. So that should work fine. I'm going to have to get a little bit, well, actually, you know what? Instead of bringing the terrain up, we're going to bring the tower down. I like that idea better. Work with the terrain instead of change the terrain. You know, that whole thing. Okay, so if I do that, and then I think keeping this part here lower, but I am going to want to mix in just a little bit of granite to give it a little bit of character. Because everybody likes character, right? Right? Why is there a potato? Excuse me, villagers. Pardon me. Who's got potatoes in their pockets? Because this is a wheat field, not a potato field. Well, I'm not sure who has potatoes in their pockets, but somebody does. We'll have to keep an eye on them, and I think I'm pretty sure it's that one, that villager right there. I think it's that one. So we'll have to keep an eye on that end of the field where they're working. Anyway, having seen so much stuff flying through here, I'm thinking that I should actually get the collection system built first, so I'm not wasting drops, and then we can build the build. So let me empty all the bits in my pockets for this build into a box, and then let's build a little storage, or I'm going to build a storage system real quick. It's you know, nothing fancy. It's an impulse SV sorting system. It's fine. Y'all have seen it before. Just give me 2 seconds for you. Alrighty, we have a sorting system set up here. So I'm going to have these chests all set up to collect a wheat. And then we're going to have this little chest here for seeds, just in case. I don't know, maybe I'm going to build another wheat farm somewhere else because, well, I'm crazy like that. And then we have a little automatic composting system set up here as well. So bone meals. So I'm not mad about it. So what I can do then is I can kind of have like a little maybe doorway in here just for some access to the back here. But what I'm now realizing is that in order to finish this water column and save all of that stuff, we need to build at least a small section of wall here. So let's do that. And that is going to be some of the stripped birch coming up the corners. Kind of like that. And then we're going to be doing a oak And then we're going to be mixing in, probably, I'm thinking about here. About here might be nice. If we can go boop, and then boop. Because then if I can bring this kind of along, just to give the wall a little bit of, well, character. Because everybody likes character, right? Right. I'm going to have to find that. I'm going to have to find that. Okay. So let me just quickly boop this little bit in here, and then that was where I needed to go. So we can get the collection system going so I can relax and build the build without worrying about having to collect drops. So right now it's very plain. Very, very plain. So I'm thinking maybe incorporating some kind of stripped oak in here. I just don't know where. I think maybe here. Just a little something. Kind of like that? What does that look like? That definitely helps. I need to do it again, though. So I'm too short. Too short. That will do. That'll do. So I want to keep this like as tall as this building is becoming because of the sorting system, unfortunately. I do want to keep the roof quite low. So I'm going to pop these walls up, and then we're going to just put a very kind of like slab style roof on top. And then we can get on to the exciting bit, which is the tower, which is going to be more than just a tower. It's going to be a thing, but you're just going to have to wait and see. So it is looking a smidgen boxy right now. But, you know, it's a process. We're figuring this out as we go. But I think I'm going to do the roof next. So I need a bunch of dark oak slabs, and should have grabbed the stonecutter at the same time. That would have been smart. If I remember where I put one. So I am trying out a little bit of a different look on this build. I'm very bad at using deep slate tile for like all the trims on my roofs. I need to kind of break that habit a little bit. So I tried it with the log warehouse. We're not doing the trim on the copper there. And then here, I'm actually going to go even further with using dark oak as a trim and using a variation of cobbled deep slate and deep slate bricks for the roof. So the way I'm going to kind of do this is try and kind of make it look like the deep slate bricks are almost kind of like veins in the roof, similar to how I would be using it for landscaping purposes. So say I'm, terraforming a landscape of some kind, I would use kind of veins of material at the same time again. So just kind of to try and do things a little bit differently on this build, but I'm hoping it's gonna work out okay. So let me just quickly install this, and we'll have a wee bit of a look-sees. I think it's really coming together now. So we've got the little roofie put on there. This wall is fairly bland. Yes, I know. But what I'm thinking is I have enough room to squeeze like a little skinny tree in here. Or I could put a little fake window on here because I don't actually have a lot of room inside for a window. But I think I can make something work. But I think that it's trying to rain in Minecraft, which is fine. But I'm going to start working on the tower. So I think this needs to get built up a little bit more, actually. So if we build this up and then kind of use the oak pattern, probably starting at this log range, and kind of build up a little bit, that should be a good starting point for us. It still needs detail, but I like the direction we're kind of going. So I'm thinking layers. So we've got horizontal layers happening here with the brick and the oak, and then we've got verticalness coming in with the birch to kind of make it look taller. And then this little oval here, instead of making it a circle, make it an oval. It is getting really dark really fast. Spooky. But yeah, make it an oval instead of a circle to kind of make it look like the tower is taller than it is. Hi. I have villagers everywhere. I need to not have lightning, even though I have a million lightning rods around. Please. Thank you. As I was saying, make things look taller than they really are. So I'm going to duplicate this now that I like this. And then I need to figure out what I'm going to do on the inlay. I'm thinking something light colored. Not a quartz, too pretty. Probably a little bit more diorite. Probably a little bit more diorite. So with a splash of diorite and some yellow glazed terracotta, because, well, it's wheat, and wheat is gold of the plains, I think it's called, something like that. Anyway, I don't have gold blocks, so, but I like this. It adds a little bit of character and whatnot, but I am taking way too long building this, so I need to get some work done, and I will bring you back in for a progress update. All right, folks. I have been hard at work making this area a whole lot different and a whole lot more pretty for Milo. Because as I said before, Milo's going to be left in charge of the wheat farm. So, you know, he's a tough cookie to please. But I think I've got it. Would you look at this area and those little fluffy ears? Sorry. But look at this place. We've got paths, we've got bushes, we've got light fixtures coming up. We've got a very cool building, if I do say so myself. I am very happy with how this has turned out. For a complete wing, I feel like I'm getting pretty good at just building off the cuff. Yeah, look at that. Look at that. Look at all that. And it has, ooh, hello, I'm so sorry. It has been exceptionally productive as well. Milo, I'm just gonna, Milo, I need you to, thank you. Check this out. I got a lot of wheat just while building. Like, I haven't done any of this, and I've got that much wheat. And I've used wheat as decoration, so I've used a little over half a stack of hay bales, and this is all the wheat that I got before I had the storage system in place. So, like, I got a lot of wheat. And it's like Will Wheaton. And hi, Milo. If that, yeah, I'm yeah. And with that, folks, though, I am going to have to potentially wrap this episode up. Not potentially, I'm going to have to wrap this episode up. Because, well, I'm taking a little bit of time off for myself to make sure that my brain is all happy and whatnot, so I can continue to make the wonderful content that you folks enjoy. So thank you so very much for sharing your day with me. I truly do appreciate it. I hope you've enjoyed this slightly chaotic, weird episode. It started with a Milo statue into a wheat farm into a almost church-looking wheat collection building. Yes, Milo, I know, I'm rambling. I'm sorry. Thank you so very much, everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.